Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Scotland in the weirdest start that I've had in a very long time. We're working on our fourth city here. We're hoping to get this city up and running in the near future. We're currently behind both on culture and science, but we're not that far behind. It feels salvageable and we're very much so in the process of getting our empire up and running. So let's go ahead and drop a fishing boat right there, because a fishing boat tile, 3 food, 1 production, 1 gold is really, really nice. So some key text that we want to get this game is if we look at fishing boats, we're going to want to get cartography, plastics, and colonialism. So cartography is pretty early. It's over here, and it requires 2 harbors to boost. So we definitely want to head towards cartography. Plastics is quite a bit later, and perhaps a little bit less important. But that +1 food to fishing boats. More important is colonialism, which is coming in the industrial era over here, which will give that +1 production boost to our fishing boats. Liang is also going to be pretty important for some of our cities, so we've just got kind of a lot to do on a lot of these cities. I may make this a Liang city down here, or Aberdeen, probably whatever city this ends up being. There's bronze working. We now have access to iron as well as the ability to chop rainforests. We did find iron on this tile, which is great because that's +1 science there, which is fantastic. +1 science, I'll take it. I'm going to go fog bust this island, and it would be good if we could get our hands on a couple more galleys in the next few turns. It would be great if we could build like a round of galleys in all our cities or something. There's defensive tactics. We have access to the mausoleum. We are probably going to pop out the... See, 1 turn until the settler is completed. So I think I can pop out the settler card because we have no more use for it. And then we can pop in maritime industries to maybe get a couple galleys out real quick. Like a galley and a quad in the capital after the granary, or maybe before. Maybe right now. We need the granary right now. Maybe I could purchase the granary. That would actually help out the capital quite a bit if I purchased the granary. Yeah. So we'll go the quad galley, and I would like to do quad galley, or maybe just galley in Dumfries. Maybe I'll do quad. And the idea here is by pre-building a small military at 100% production efficiency, we set ourselves up for some military potential later in the game. So like getting an extra and it also protects our naval infrastructure. So it's kind of, it all fits together. It allows us to explore. I could promote Pingala with grants to get me extra great people point generation. I think I would much prefer to either get Amani to get control of Kumasi, which I think is the play. I'm going to go for control of Kumasi. And I also need to buy a trade route in this city. That was part of the plan, but the plan went awry. So I'm going to trade in some of my diplomatic favor to get us closer to that trader, 230 gold. That will be what we do. We're going to chop here to get that granary slightly faster. And yeah, that's the play. In terms of culture, we did just get defensive tactics. I'm going to pick up mysticism for envoys, military tradition for support bonuses, and military training for the envoy, as well as the veterancy card that will allow us to build harbors faster. 30% production towards harbors is huge, and we are about to be ready to build our harbors. Okay, we found a barb camp. We can hire a galley from here, which I will do, because that just adds more. It gives me a bigger military is part of the appeal here, and having a larger military makes the AI less likely to declare war on you. I'm going to take suzerainty of Kumasi rather, and we're going to send this settler out to this little island that we have that we want to get control of. Would have loved to have settled this, but it looks like the barb camp is going to go through, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. So the world enters into the medieval era, and we're entering into a normal age, which feels really nice. I have a builder. I might build on the wheat. Let me have a little think about this. It could be good if we got an entertainment complex here, because this would hit quite a few cities actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It wouldn't hit the city down here, but it would hit 3. So this might be the play that we go for. So I think harvesting this wheat could be good to force a 4-pop and then be able to drop the harbor. Let's continue to go for free inquiry. The extra science is useful. We could kill this quad. We'll attack once and then heal next turn. And we'll continue to explore. Refuse your deal. Get the hell out of my face. I would like units of the melee promotion. Yeah, I don't really care about the outcomes of these, so I'm just going to let them go if they are. Melee and unmet player. We did just get currency. We have met Samarkand, which is fantastic. That is a trading city-state, which is really useful. That's +2 gold in every market or lighthouse, and we will be having a lot of lighthouses. I'm actually going to switch Amani over to Samarkand so that we can get suzerainty of them in a few turns. Let's make apprenticeship a goal here. We need +1 mine to make that work. Do I want to harvest here? It's 48 food. We could potentially force a growth here. I think we can force the growth by harvesting, so we will. Boom. There's the 4 pop, which will allow us to place the harbor, because you need to get to 4 pop to place your second district. And we're harvesting from a tile that isn't that good anyway. And then we'll harvest and improve this. We will want more builders. It will be part of the plan. A little bit scared of this barbarian sea ghost galley. We'll figure out what he's doing. Potential land up here. It looks like it might be occupied by someone. Okay, military training will give us flanking and support combat bonuses. You're going to take the Embalon promotion, so you're better against boats. Continuing to explore to the north. Oh, excellent. We met Alexander. Love to sample your hospitality. Awesome. Let's chop and quickly grab ourselves another builder. I might research something before apprenticeship, like go for mathematics and then apprenticeship, because I don't plan to build 3 different specialty districts. I guess technically if I got my harbor up, that would work. But that would require me to get the 7 population in here, which isn't happening yet. Let's take off this focus. Let's focus on growth a little so that we can get to the population, because growth actually pays off quite well in a Pingala city, is the thing. I'll send one of my galleys to the south to explore. Now, one of the big things we're looking for is potential land to snag in the mid game via settling. So it would be great if we could find that. Also, finding city-states is amazing. It'll help us scale our empire. There's the plantations, another luxury unlocked. I'm surprised I haven't found any, and I mean any, coastal luxuries in a very water-based map. I've been particularly unlucky. I'm going to plant a quadrireme in Aberdeen. Do I want another quadrireme? I did buy a galley and I built a galley, so maybe I'd be better off going for something else. I don't want to get my throne card yet. It doesn't seem worth it. Maybe we should hard build. Well, I guess we build builders faster. Let me quickly squeeze out a builder here. There are some tiles, and if I'm squeezing out a builder of the capital, maybe I don't need it there. I can definitely sell off this iron and get a little bit of cash out of it, a little bit more diplomatic favor. And then I'm 1 turn away from buying a trader to help these cities out. Candy's being murdered, which I don't feel so good about. But again, I don't feel so bad about it because I don't have any holy sites. Candy has been defeated. We have met the Gauls, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and plop down a settler. Let's get a harbor. We're going to place the harbor, but we're going to open with the monument and the granary first, because we want to grow the city first. We've explored a bit. I think we'll keep a galley around here to protect the city. We've got a quadrireme in Aberdeen. I'm feeling a little bit defended. I'd like to have 2 boats kind of defending my naval infrastructure at all times while I explore as well. Exploration is an important move. There is a snow island up here that we would like to settle. And really what I'm looking for is there enough land in the map for me to justify going for the settler building? That's the real key thing. We don't really have the faith to care about Valletta. I think we just hold on to our envoys. No reason to spend them right now. In Aberdeen, I'm going to go ahead and purchase a trader so that we can send these trade routes internally to help develop this. Not exactly sure what kind of internal trade route we're going to do, but it will be something along those lines. Okay, there's military policy, head down this way. So much potential here on this map. We will go for feudalism. We do want those builders. And in fact, I'm going to cancel builder in here and instead work on the harbor. I'm going to plug in veterancy to build those harbors faster. So that'll take, I can update this. It'll take 17 turns. That's 5 turns off that. That's amazing. So I'll cancel these builders. 8 turns for the city to grow. You know, finishing 1 extra builder to get an extra mine to boost things and get some of these cities up and running seems fine. So we could take a 2 production trade route. We could take a 12 gold trade route. I like the 2 production. Plus 3 food would seriously boost the city's capabilities and get us to the harbor faster. 14 turns on that harbor. So I think that development is actually quite good. There are settleable cities up here to the north, which is going to bias me in a certain direction. Right, you come up here, you place that mine, because while they're not the most amazing cities, these are very settleable, which I think biases me towards Ancestral Hall to go for settler cards. And we're not too far away from cartography. We're literally 4 techs away. 2 techs away if you count buttress and cartography. So, yeah. Well, do I go education first? I feel like I go education first. Well, apprenticeship into mathematics, into education. Well, or maybe apprenticeship. Yeah, apprenticeship, mathematics, education. We'll get these universities up. Then we'll go buttress into cartography. I think that's a more efficient science route. We're going to drop a mine right here to boost apprenticeship. No other reason. It's just not really a whole bunch of land. Oh yeah, and there's possible potential land down here that we could settle. We found Mohenjo-Daro. Good one drop of an envoy. To get that one culture per turn. We need to think about where our Diplo quarter is going. There's definitely a city up here. And I feel like it's like there's a city here. We get the harbor right there. 1, 2, 3. If I go into this mode, I hold down control. Look at all those resources that I bring in. You know, +1 science. We could go like, you know, entertainment complex, golf course. The thing produces a lot of stuff. Maybe something to this effect. This would be like a pretty okay city in a lot of respects after a lot of development time. Have a lot of amenities, have a lot of positives. I like the city. Want to know more about over here in particular. Let's go get these crabs online and the fish online. I've got a 2-charge builder I can send. We're working on Ancestral Hall. Oh yeah, get exploring. Scientifically, we're definitely in a bad spot. But we have a lot of potential, is the thing. A lot of potential to kind of come back. Annoyingly, there is an Indian settler out here. So we'll just have to live with if they do that. But I still think there's enough land here to justify an ancestral hall and a few extra settlers being pumped out. But I'd love to get control of this island. It's a really nice little island. It's like really well situated. Even if I take these away, this is just fine. All right, +1 era score from apprenticeship, +1 production on our mines is fantastic. I want to chase down this settler to see where they go. I'm going to see if I can get open borders with our good friend, the Gauls. Thank you. See if we can head down this. Let's go ahead, place a fishing boat right there. That's going to be a nice boost for that city. We'll probably buy another fishing boat because we want to do it as well. We got 7 population in the capital. So there's Diplo quarters as well as the ability to place the harbor in here. The harbor will be a priority after the ancestral hall. We want to get that finished. Then we go harbor into mausoleum. I think that's just the natural play here. One thing I should be doing is buying luxuries for the really cheap amount of resources that they cost, because the sheer bonuses we get from having high amenities is sick. I think it's a 30% bonus to production, something I should have been doing before that I wasn't doing. Oops. We're getting fantastic scouting information at the very least. Drop a fishing boat right there. That's awesome. We met Zanzibar, who is a fantastic ally, and I will make allies because that's even more luxuries and more map information too. Like there's land down here we can colonize. Oh yeah, we got room potential for settlers here. So I think there will be a mass wave of settling that'll come. So I might start moving my ships back to escort this. It'll probably come after harbors and trade routes. I'm probably going to take, I want to take Magnus here. I'm going to go for Liang, and I'm going to place Liang in the city of Dundee because that's where she belongs when she gets her fishery bonus. And I'm actually going to take out veterancy and just go colonization because a wave of settlers right now, I think, is the most effective thing I could do at my time. With the exception of Dumfries. Dumfries will go for the harbour and my capital will get 2 settlers. Let's see if we can make that out because we can like double the size of our empire doing this. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm starting to see other players like get settlers out, which means they're probably considering doing basically the thing that I'm doing. And so I think it's better to get those settlers out sooner rather than later. Okay, so for sure a city over here feels pretty comfy to me. There's a nice freshwater city here with a bad harbour, but it has good terrain, so I'll take it. It's +2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. We could get another. Depends on how much we care about the coastal resources, because if I could settle here, I'd get more land, but if I settle here, I get more coastal resources. I think I'll settle here for the coastal resources. It just seems a little bit better to me in my current build, and it'll look something like that. So we got 3 cities to the north, at the least, to take control of this like Ocean Bay area. +1 era score for getting feudalism. We're definitely going to plug in serfdom. Extra builders are going to be important. We're going to be spamming out builders here soon. So feudalism, I think we go Merchant Republic here. Having 2 caravels might be a vibe. Let's make sure we get the governor title there too. Medieval fairs, we want that governor title so that we can promote Liang and get those builders really popping off in there. First settler is done. So I think the trick is to get them into the water with the galley and have the galley escort them to the north. We met Lady Six Guy. It is an honor to meet you. We would love to sample your hospitality. Oh, we found Antananarivo. It's brilliant that we're finding all these city-states. Like the exploration part of this game is actually so important because it gives me so many options. Having options for like developing your empire with regards to city-states is one of the most important things you can do. So there's something blocking us from going this way, but I'm going to go this way anyway. I'll manually do it all. You want to buy my iron? I'm happy to sell my iron, actually. I don't really have a use for it. Oh, great. We found Venice and Hunza. There's a ton of land down here that we could grab as well. But I think I'm going to grab north first because there's 3 cities up here. It secures a pretty nice like control of this landmass. +3 era score from a harbour. I think that was the one in Dumfries. I'm going to quickly pop out the rest of that builder, then get the lighthouse in here. That's a +4 gold lighthouse. Now remember, lighthouses give you +1 food on all coastal tiles for the city and +2 housing if the city's adjacent to coast. So that'll be 3 housing in this city, which The city's at its housing cap. I'm going to get the builder first because I have tiles to improve, 2 fishing tiles, and then a few fishing tiles down here in Dundee. Okay, Dundee is getting its monument finished, so it's time to go for the harbour. We do not have the harbour card plugged in, but it would take too long to build a settler here. We've got 2 more settlers cracking out in the near future, and this settler has started to make his way over to here. Now, I may have to adjust this city because loyalty has gotten pretty grim here, but then again, with a governor, it should be fine. Do I go for 1 more settler? No, I think those 3 are enough for now. Let's get ourselves another builder in the capital because we could use builders. We got a builder coming out of Dumfries as well. And these new cities that we're building up here to the north will need builders. So if I just do like 2 quick ones to help out, to give them even more chops and production and all that stuff, I think that would be useful. Builders are realistically one of the most important things you're going to build in a game of Civilization 6. Equally as important to settlers, in my opinion. Okay, we're heading into a new era. We just got a builder in Dumfries. Let's head here. Drop a fishing boat there. We've got a lighthouse coming. I would like trade routes sent to me to be better, but otherwise I just don't care what the outcome is on this thing. Scientifically, we're still doing really poorly, but we are entering the phase of the game where we might be able to start to make up that difference a little bit. We haven't unlocked golf yet, but that comes at when again? I think it might be... Let's see, Reformed Church. So it's actually in the bottom half of the tech tree. So we need to get to Reformed Church to get these. And we will, if we can. So I'll put a golf course there. That'll be +1. And then if we could get the entertainment complex here, that'll be ideal to give this city the amenities it needs. So I think it's pretty obvious, or at least it should be obvious, that we're going to go for a science victory, because that's the most viable one for us. With regards to our bonuses. And I think it's just kind of an interesting way to play. We do need to think about where our spaceports are going. We don't even have good spaceport cities. It's pretty grim, honestly. We'll have to figure something out. Okay, Lady Six Guy is a little mad. We're going to unlink, send the settler onto land, move you to the left. You're going to keep going this way. You're going to keep going. You're going to go ahead and improve this. Oh, something I forgot to do was rename my cities. My capital city will be renamed after Philip Kale. Dumfries will be named after Chris Walters. Aberdeen will be renamed after Andre Andrade Braga. There you go, buddy. And finally, Dundee will be named after Carson Kinney. If you want to get your name into the naming list, make sure you sign up to the Patreon at the appropriate tier to get your name into the list. There is a link to the Patreon in the description of the video, and that is where you also get some exclusive premium content, because this video is sponsored by you, the viewer, who pays me to not take sponsorships. So if I settle here, we will have negative loyalty, but if I grab Liang and just plop her in here, it's only -2 loyalty. So all we got to do is grow a little pop in here, skiddly douche, like for example, buy a monument. And now it's only -2, so we got plenty of time. Let's go ahead and get the harbour is the most important thing in my opinion. Then the granary will go harbour. The builder will need to do some tile improvements. So like here's a nice fishing tile, +1 food, +1 production, and 3 gold actually really helps pay for, you know, the rest of my empire to get improved, which I think is at least of marginal utility for me. You have 1, 2, 3 build charges, but there's actually way more build charges needed down here in Carson Kinney. So I'll keep sending that builder down. We have completed medieval fairs, giving us a governor title. I think I would like to get to my tier 2 government, and then I would like to get the golf course. So I'll go exploration into Reformed Church. Yeah, that seems good. Liang, we're going to promote with aquaculture. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Reyna and plop her into Roxburgh, and then I'm going to move Liang back to Carson Kinney so we can eventually promote her with a plan. So we'll go ahead and drop a fishing boat there. Finally, the city is getting the tile improvements. Honestly, Fishboat Pantheon is so important for a coastal game. We're now officially working on cartography, which will get us +2 gold from fishing boats. We'll also have access to caravels, which will make time a little bit more exciting for us. I want you to jump up here to get this chop, but not yet. You're on your way down here to continue to improve. We got the harbour in Andre Andrada Braga. This tile has been chopped, so we can place the campus. Eventually, we might get the water park, which is basically all we can build in here. But we will go for the lighthouse for sure. Get those trade routes, get all that stuff going. We're getting that, like, we're getting to that really awesome point where our cities start to actually be good, despite the fact that they're coastal. It's a long time to get here, but it is a, you know, whoa. That is a Malian city exactly where I want it to settle, which means this settler needs to be redirected to the south. Unlike lucky, but not unexpected, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. These are the kind of setbacks that we expect when we're playing Civilization. We expect our enemies to do things like this. I'm going to go ahead and snipe this tile because it is a chop, and I do have a builder in the nearby area. And that just seems like a good move to me. Alrighty, crabs are online. Go chop this. These cities are starting to come along. 9 production in here is pretty okay. Not amazing. We will want to go for mass production basically immediately to get the shipyard. The shipyard's going to be key for us developing our economy. Go ahead and get that pasture right there. I do think the pasture is a decent tile. It gets me food, it gets me production. I think I will work the pasture because the extra production is actually worth it in my opinion. We want to keep our amenities high. It works quite well for Scotland to do this. I'm really annoyed at this scout that's not moving. The thing is, the city's going to get plenty of food from coastal tiles, so maybe we would better off building mines here on these 2 tiles. I don't know, I'll think about it. Maybe it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Although if I chopped, I would get a chop on the deer, and that would be a production chop, which would be pretty powerful for a city that's kind of getting off the ground. I'm no longer Susan of Kumasi, so that's something I need to work on. There's a ton of cultural city-states here, so someone will either be winning or defending a culture victory pretty effectively. All right, we are heading into a normal age. I'm going to go ahead and take monumentality, so I get bonus era score when I build buildings. The other choices just aren't very inspiring. That's really the only justification that I have for taking the choice that I did. We're going to go ahead and chop here. That finishes the trader lighthouse thing. So I'm going to cancel this. Would love a trader in Carson Kinney. Boom. That trader will go to the capital. So Chris Walters should definitely get the granary to force growth in here. And then definitely get the campus to continue to grow. Yeah, it's science time. So I think granary into campus is the play. We need to start scaling up our science capabilities and then looking to expand again. So you know what would be good actually? I think it'd be good to switch out back in the veterancy card because we're building harbors across the board. This goddamn scout is going to completely screw the city out of 3 resource tiles if he does not move. It's infuriating. Why is he standing there? Like he hasn't moved. Let's harvest the deer tile. That'll insta-finish this. Do we have a 1-turn civic we can do? Not really. Okay, so we'll stick to mercenaries. That's fine. All right, let's start planning the settling of this area down here. I do think there's a really nice settlement on the cotton and then a really nice harbor there. This is a continent, so maybe horse settle and a harbor there. Harbors are kind of key to any coastal build. Okay, so that's 2 settlements on this island. That leaves us with a little bit of room over here. 1, 2, 3. If we settle on this desert tile, we don't stop this city-state from spawning. But do we care if that city-state spawns? I mean, I guess using the desert tile is pretty valid here. We pop a harbor there. So these are the 3 cities that we're planning on this land so far. And then there's definitely at least 1 more city down here. 2 if we want to get funky. Like if we want to settle on this deer tile. If we settle on this deer tile plus this hill tile, we get a bunch of land. And we are really good at scaling off that. So let's make it happen. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities here. We're going to need to defeat this. I'll send a quad down to clear that out. I'll need my warrior to make its way down there too. For that, I'll need open borders with you, good sir. I'll start moving the warrior in that general direction. Just give him general orders. I'm super fucking fed up with this scout. I may go into the thing and just delete it with the developer tools. God, please just leave. Okay, we want to trade with Philip Keel here to get the food and production, help the city to grow. It doesn't have the real housing yet, but that extra food and production will help. We're going to chop. That'll finish the harbor a couple turns sooner. We will finish the harbor next turn, which is exciting. And our gold income will start to pump soon. Right, lighthouse finished. Or sorry, harbor finished, lighthouse on the way. I think I'm going to call that the end of this episode. We've made serious gains. We've made serious progress up to 40 science, and that will continue to climb as we get our harbors. We definitely need to get the mausoleum in here in the capital. And I'm going to call that the end of a beautiful, beautiful episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.